Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
He kept leaving the house as if he was going to school for a couple of months.
But you weren't going to school?
No, not at that point of
So
time.
you weren't being a man of integrity?
Not at all, Your Honor.
The whole purpose behind law is to right wrong. I want justice to be something that isn't this foreign concept.
Justice knows no boundaries. The truth will be heard. Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Astrid Moore is suing Ajack Moore Jr. in the amount of $1,753. Ms. Moore claims the defendant promised her he would go to school if she loaned him money.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
All parties in this morning, Your Honor.
Third, get up at the Thomas. So we have siblings, Ms. Moore, Mr. Moore,
Yes, sir.
over monies that you want paid back.
That's right, Your Honor.
Why do you feel you are entitled to have these monies that you gave to your brother?
Well, Your Honor, I took in my brother when he was in high school.
Because?
And, well, because my mother was on permanent disability and my father was laid off and they were about to lose the house.
Okay.
So I had my own place. I work for the post office.
Okay.
So he came, he stayed with me. I told him, look, you don't have to get a job. You don't have to do anything. Just go to school.
Is that what she told you?
Something like that, Judge. It was more like you need to go to school and you're going to go to school. You know, she doesn't really listen to what I say. She's
But
very
what else would
controlling.
he do
Wait
in
a
high
minute.
school?
You're in high school.
Yeah,
You know,
I was in high
exactly.
school at the time, but, you know,
And
I have
what-
my
and what were you
passions.
thinking?
Well, I was thinking I was going to be a professional musician, and that's what I aspire to be still.
All
but
right.
my sister
What does that
tries
have to do with you finishing high school and doing well in high school?
Well, you know,
Right.
I was doing okay in school, but I'm goal-orientated, so I always try to think a
So
couple steps
graduating
ahead.
from high school is a goal.
That was a goal of mine.
Did you accomplish the goal?
I did
Yes, he
accomplish
did, Your
the goal.
Honor.
Did you
And-
accomplish it well?
I did. I
Yes,
thought
he did.
very well.
He did.
He was a good student.
All right.
Yes. I wanted him to stay with me and, you know, and I kept an eye on him to, you know, for him to stay out the streets. We stay in a rough area. We stay on the south side of Chicago.
Okay.
So I really, really was on his back about school. And
But you said he did well, and then after school, you said, okay, now go do your musician thing.
no, no.
Not so
said-
fast, Boss Ross. All right.
No, our plan was for him to go to college.
That was her plan.
No,
Stop. I heard you say our plan.
yes, our plan.
I
His-
find myself, because I have two sons, and I sometimes find myself, because my son is now starting to get college acceptance letters. And I'm like, oh, we got accepted into Morehouse. And then I had to listen, I'm like, I'm not going, I already went. You know, so when I hear people say we and our, sometimes you have to let him come into his own with that.
Well, you know,
You
Your
understand what
Honor,
I'm saying?
I'm older than him, and I
Well, I'm
know
older
what's
than my
out
son
there.
as well, but that doesn't change what I just said.
But I
Thank
know
you,
what's
Judge.
out there for young black men. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying?
So you know what's out there for young black men. He's a black man. I'm a black man. The biggest challenge, and I say this with all due respect, is that oftentimes black women don't allow black men to come into their own for legitimate reasons, because of fear of being shot by the police, being mistaken for a thug. So there is a lot of fear that's reasonable. The challenge is when you look at young black women, moms tend to let, it's like, you girl, you go get you a job and you do it. We tend to baby the men because we're afraid that something's going to happen to them. And as a result of doing that, we undermine their ability to grow into their manhood. The men then start becoming accustomed to women babying them. Did you feel that that's what she was doing?
Not at all, Judge. You know, I thought she was, you know, in some ways, yes, she was really controlling me, but it was more her trying to, you know, live her dreams through me.
What dreams were those?
Going to college, you know.
You didn't go to college?
No, Your Honor.
And you
I
wanted
went
him
straight to work.
Okay. And you didn't want to go to college.
I did not want to go to college,
Why
Your
wouldn't
Honor.
you? You know what I mean?
Everybody's not ready for college.
That's the solution. That's
That's her solution, Judge. My solution is to go on my own path, which is music, and she really can't
And
handle
your
that.
own path means you're going to be able to pay rent or pay a mortgage, to cover your bills, to cover your expenses through your music.
That's the plan.
Because right now, musicians are starving. Is he good?
he's good, but that's not going to pay the bills.
Got it. All right. And so there was this dispute about go to college. I don't want to go to college. You're living here. You're going to go. You agreed to go.
I agree.
And in turn, you said what?
I said, sure, you know, and he was like, I'm gonna put this in writing just to show you that
He said that?
Yes, he said, I'm going
Is
to
that
show
true?
you my
No,
word is my
Judge,
bond.
she made me sign
He-
a promissory note. But
No, I
didn't-
have it
I
right
didn't do
here.
Let me
anything.
see it. Let me see it.
I'll take anything. Thanks.
You made him sign a promissory.
No, he brought it to me. He was like, I want to thank you for everything that you've done for me. I want to thank you for giving me a roof over my head, for letting me even stay here without having to work.
All right,
you
I get
know?
it. You said, I, Ajax Moore, you're borrowing this money. I understand once I complete my first semester and give her a satisfactory report card, she'll forgive the debt. You signed it,
I
right?
signed it. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I
He-
did a week, and it just really
Right,
wasn't
a
for
week.
me. I didn't like the
He went to school
vibe.
for
I
a
didn't like the
week.
teachers.
You went to school for a week.
Yes.
He kept leaving the house as if he was going to school after that for a couple of months.
But you weren't going to school.
No, not at that point of
So
time.
you weren't being a man of integrity.
Not at all, Your Honor.
Coming up on America's Court.
You want to be a man. You're acting like a baby, which makes you a man baby, which makes you a maybe.
And later,
The tattoo that you found on your body wasn't to your liking.
No, not really.
closed captioning provided by. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. We're back with the case of Astrid Moore, who is suing Ajax Moore Jr. for school tuition.
When you made this agreement to pay back the monies and you would have a satisfactory report card, you violated a critical term and condition of the contract, which means you are in breach. When you are in breach, the person who entered into the agreement with you is allowed to say, give me back my money, and I want it now. Why have you not given her the money?
Well, I haven't given her the money because there's no timeline.
How much have you paid your sister?
Judge, I
Zero.
haven't played anything, but I help out around the house. I watch her
You were
kids when
doing
she's
that before
out.
anyway. That covers rent. That covers board.
But you know, we never really
No, I
agreed
don't
to.
know.
We never really
Stop.
agreed to. Yes, sir.
It really annoys me when people go, and you know, no, I don't know. You want to be a man. You're acting like a baby, which makes you a man baby, which makes you a maybe.
I think I'm a man, sir.
You're a maybe.
You know, but I'm trying.
I don't know.
Well, I'm trying to do what I
No,
want to
you're
do.
not trying. You're being trifling. You are falling into a trap. And it's not about black men. You're just falling into a trap of just someone that's not being responsible. And your sister's holding you accountable. And you got issues with that. And so why would you think I wouldn't hold you accountable?
Well, there was really no timeline, and I did go to school.
Wrong answer.
I don't know, Judge. I'm trying to, you know,
No, you're
bounce
not.
my music.
No, you're not. You're not serious about your music. You're not serious about taking care of your obligations. Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel has to come down in favor of the plaintiff in this case. You have to pay her that money. Because, see, here's what's happening, sis. You were babying him. That's the issue. You're actually, not now maybe, but in a few years you're going to be thanking your sister for making you be a man. And I am on her side on this. Judgment 1753, that is the order. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $1,753.
I really love my brother. I just want the best for him, and I really want him to stand up and be a man and be able to take care of himself.
I understand where my sister and the judge is coming from, but I'm a man now, and I'm going to do my own thing.
And coming up on America's Court with Judge Ross.
I was upset because we were together for 4 years.
Stop. Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Closed captioning provided by...
Ready to take control of your back pain? New Icy Hot Lidocaine Patch.
Desensitizes aggravated nerves with the max strength lidocaine available.
New Icy Hot Lidocaine Patch.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Audrey Cannon is suing Shannon Rose in the amount of $1,255. Ms. Cannon claims Ms. Rose gave her an unwanted tattoo. Ms. Rose says the plaintiff signed a contract agreeing to receive a tattoo based on the artist's discretion.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
All parties been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Deputy Thomas. Ms. Cannon, the tattoo that you found on your body wasn't to your liking.
No, not really. It wasn't what I asked for at all, in fact.
What did you want?
Well, originally I wanted a pretty nice heart with a cross inside of it and some angel wings. I really wanted it to be nice and meaningful and, represent who I am as a person and, kindness and love.
And you had been having other tattoos by Miss Rose, correct?
Very many, yes.
Okay. And Miss Rose, you are a tattoo artist.
I've been since I was 16.
Since you were 16.
Yep.
And you do this professionally.
That's right.
All right. And she told you the type of heart she wanted.
That's right.
And was it a heart with a cross and a unicorn and daffodils
Rainbows, I
and
think.
angels? Well, I'm kind of embellishing here. But
Yeah.
that was the understanding.
Yeah, that was, open to interpretation, I feel
What
like.
was open to interpretation? She said heart, cross, angel wings. How do you interpret that to be anything other than what I just said?
Well, all our tattoos are done at the artist's discretion, which is on the waiver that she signed.
Yeah, but
right.
a heart that's black and red with devil horns and a little tail, that's not anywhere near what I asked for.
Ay, caramba.
Well-
All right, so wait a minute. The heart that you ended up getting did not have a cross,
No.
did not have angel wings.
No.
What did it have on it?
It basically looks like an evil heart, and it has devil horns on it, and it has a devil tail on it, and it just looks bad. It scares my daughter, basically. It's that
All right.
bad.
Now, how do you interpret a cross and angel wings with Satan?
I wouldn't say Satan per se.
Did it have horns?
It did have horns and
Did
it had
it have
a
a
tail.
tail?
Yes.
Sounds
It could have been a
lot
deer, in that
No.
way. No.
It looks a lot like Satan.
Looks a lot like Satan.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've never seen him personally, but yes. Well, to be fair, there's some history here.
As if some people, well, I guess some people may have seen Satan. All
they'll
right.
claim-
But let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Why did you put that image on her?
It was petty. I was upset because we were together for 4 years.
Stop. Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Coming up on America's Court.
And you're saying because of that section of this contract, what she wanted and what you gave her here, you think you're protected by this?
I'm hoping I am.
Closed captioning provided by... This is America's Court with Judge Ross. We're back with the case of Audrey Cannon, who is suing Shannon Rose for an unwanted tattoo.
You two were in a relationship.
For 4 years.
4 years. All right. You said you had a daughter.
I do.
All right. The two of you had the daughter together?
No.
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 Okay. And then how did Miss Rose, get into the picture.
I went to her shop and I got a tattoo.
So I take it you had a good relationship with her daughter.
Absolutely, Michelle.
What's the daughter's name?
Oh.
Michelle.
Michelle. Okay. How old?
She's 7.
7. All right. You say you drew this different image because you were being petty. I take it you were being petty because you weren't happy with her. Why weren't you happy with her after the 4 years?
I think she had begun to feel pressured about me asking her to move in to kind of settle. I mentioned one day getting married, and I think it became a little bit much for her.
Did she want to marry you?
It kind of seemed like it. She really did want to push things along a little bit faster than
Is
I
that
did.
what you wanted?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. You wanted to be in a relationship with her.
Yeah, I did.
You just didn't want it to be serious beyond just dating.
Exactly.
All right. And 4 years later, why all of a sudden is it an issue? Because you guys were still seeing each other, right? Mm-hmm. So what happened? Did you break up with her? Did you break up with her? What happened?
After 4 years, you'd think there'd be a little bit more of a commitment. We talked about taking a break. I assumed she meant some kind of self-journey thing, not that she was going to be with other people.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. You're watching America's Court with Judge Ross. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
We're here because of this tattoo. Do you have a picture or anything? I mean,
Yes.
Let me take a look at that.
Why don't you give me all your evidence? I'll take it. Any receipts or anything?
No receipts.
Okay.
I do also have the contract, though.
Oh, we need that.
There
Thanks.
you
He likes everything at the same time. That's how we roll up in here.
go. Okay.
Up in here.
Up in here. Okay, this is foul. It looks like Satan.
I think it's
With
funny.
blood dripping from the heart.
The blood was excessive, yes.
The blood was
The
excessive.
blood was a little excessive, yeah.
And the heart is broken.
A little symbolic, perhaps.
Okay. What's the 1255 amount reflect?
That is for my removal cost, laser
Do you have
removal.
proof of the removal cost?
Yes.
One
Sorry
more
about
time,
that.
Deputy Thomas.
Last time, I swear.
There we go.
I have a contract here saying it's a release form. This is for you, right?
Yes.
That's right.
Is this where we talk about being in the discretion of the artist?
That's on the top of the second page.
Top of the second page.
End of the first paragraph, I believe.
You understand that the tattoo design is based on the tattoo artist's discretion. Okay. And you're saying because of that section of this contract, what she wanted and what you gave her here, you think you're protected by this?
I'm hoping I am.
Based on the evidence and testimony before this court, the gavel comes down in favor of the plaintiff in this case. I understand being hurt, but you are jeopardizing your own business reputation. And you're going to have to be responsible here. $1,255 is your order. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $1,255.
I'm really glad the judge rules in my favor. At least I can get rid of this tattoo.
I have no regrets putting that tattoo on her because she used me, and it will catch up to her eventually.
Follow America's Court on Facebook and Twitter. This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.